なんだおいおい、儲け話かよ。
極めて深刻な話なんだ。お前を巻き込みたくない。
これ割引が今夜までのやつじゃないか。
大事に使ってくれ。
任せろ。
Pledge just $3 a month over at www.patreon.com/youngestgamer and earn yourself a suggestion and vote on all new weekly Anime Sins videos. You caught me playing with my figurine. I'm Anime Sins, and this is Everything Wrong With Darling in de France, which is French, by the way. Disclaimer, it's actually not a French anime, before you go down to the comments and type that. Whilst you're here, be sure to hit that notification bell, because subscribing is apparently not good enough for YouTube anymore. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at TheHonestGamer. Links to all of that is in the description down below. So let's go ahead and jump into this, and if you enjoy, be a buddy or pal and hit that like button with some amount of enthusiasm.
お風呂に入りたいな。
またか。少しは我慢しろ。
Wait, not again? If I'm right in assuming this is clearly a military type setting, are they trying to tell us they got a female soldier running off for baths enough to warrant someone saying, show some self-control? Sort your ladies out, military. Get them washed up in the morning before you let them on the dance floor.
ねえねえ、僕ってどんな匂い？
前の戦闘で消耗しておる。
Also, let's be honest, he's not in a position to smell you, is he? Or are you implying that so rancid smelling are you that he'd be able to give you an effective opinion from 2 meters away?
13都市には海はないの？海？綺麗な海で泳ぎたいな。
残念だけど海はないわ。シャワーじゃダメなの？
Won't a shower do? The statement was one of wanting to swim in a clear ocean. You think the next best thing is sprinkling some water on her head from a nozzle in a shower? That's like me saying, oh wife of mine, I want to go to Europe this year, and her saying, wouldn't popping out to the shop do? No, actually it fucking wouldn't.
わかりました。後でね。
オスとメスで寄り添わなければ空さえ飛べない哀れな生き物。
Hey, at least they can actually still fly though.
きっとその片割れを見つけるまでは木々の葉に身を隠し。
Kind of ironic and counterproductive that in order to survive and function, this bird apparently has to both hide in tree leaves and find a partner to fly with. It's almost like it doesn't make sense.
血だ。
Ah yeah, as opposed to tomato sauce from someone carrying a hot dog earlier on and throw it in anger. Mystery solved.
Oi.
So to be clear, this guy walked past the bird, up to the blood, touched the blood, found out it's blood, and then noticed the injured bird, yeah? Someone's certainly observant of their surroundings, aren't they?
じゃあ最後まで飛べなかった鳥はどこへ行くんだ？
I'm strongly assuming that this is a metaphor, but regardless, probably on the ground somewhere or maybe up in a tree like he said. How it gets up in a tree, no one knows, but yeah, perhaps they're proficient at climbing.
その答えは
Yes? What?
3回目で必ず命を落とすんだってよ。
My boy over here has got one of them self-color changing socks. Or maybe it's an animation fail, who knows?
やらかいといいんじゃが。
もう、博士。
Ha ha! Sexual assault! Who thought you'd raise your ugly head here?
生きてる。
He assumes that this specific Squawkies belongs to that specific birdies. But of course, as always, I'll take one off the top if it turns out he's like a birdologist or some shit.
おかしいな。海の水はしょっぱいって聞いてたのに。
海じゃないけど。
知ってるよ、それくらい。
Then why say it?
君は泳がないの？
え、俺？
それともキスが良かった？特別なことだよ。
Yeah, if you're like 7, I guess, but teenagers kind of move on from that special thing to an entirely new kind of special thing.
僕のダーリンにならない？
ダーリン？それってパートナーのこと？
Jesus, main characters in anime are always sorting out their future relationships in the weirdest of ways. So, how do you feel about us being main characters together? I don't know, let's take a look and see. Well, we definitely met in an odd situation. I mean, you watched me swim naked for a long time and you held on to my underwear as well, for which no reason was actually ever given. And you thought I was drowning, so I guess that's a tick. So do you fuck with mechs and shit? No, not really. But you'd probably be good at using them, right? Oh, yeah, definitely. Tick? Okay. Okay, we're officially main characters in the relationship. Great, can't wait to slip and fall onto your naked body later, groping you. Wait, what? Nothing!
パートナーの俺が迷惑するんだ。
パートナー
No, and how you got that from what he said, I'll never know. Would you look at the sheer space the developers of those binocs left for incredibly enlarged schnozzers, yet none of them were even filling up like 10% of that space. What a waste!
私だったら死んでも居続けてやる。
死後を慎め。
ナオミ
It seems like you both have had plenty of time to back away from that. I guess you could say the kid was frozen in fear, but the other soldier was giving orders and stuff. He's just an idiot.
どちらが化け物かわかりませんな。
Probably the one destroying your entire building?
君はそこで何をやってるんだ
Playing table tennis, I should think. I think this dude might be pretty f***ing dumb.
僕はいつも一人だよ。一人には慣れてる。いつもそうしてきた。
If he climbs in, he might well cut himself with the amount of edge in there. But seriously, stuff like this irritates me because it's factually incorrect. You are not always alone. Your partner literally just died fighting alongside you. I know there's more to what she's saying, but I can't give her that one. I just can't. You're not alone. You're not.
今の僕には仲間を助けることも巨竜に立ち向かうことも叶わない
So, does this entire base not have any other defenses other than those useless guns that did like 0 damage earlier?
触れた唇の熱さになぜなのか胸がドキドキした
I don't know, but it could be due to her being a rather attractive lady. Who knows if anyone will ever solve this puzzle?
でも信じてるあれは本当に起きたことで
Do you have to believe it myself when like thousands of people saw you climb out of it? You've got what some might consider to be a rather large witness list.
フランクス、ヒロが動かしてたの？
よく覚えてない
Why is this up for debate? It's like a weird conspiracy. You can't fly it alone and those two were the only ones in it at the time.
乗れないんじゃ俺はいないのと同じだ
ヒロ。
あの泣き虫野郎なんかよりうまくやれる自信があるぜ。
Yeah, he's a wuss. Meanwhile, you're the embodiment of testosterone and manliness.
そうなんだやっぱりあの時俺は乗れていたんだ
I tell you, with the amount of heavy references they dropped in episode 1 about birds and stuff, not being able to fly alone and the machine needing a male and a female to run them, you'd assume he'd be able to work this one out himself.
数値だけ見ると肉体的老化値を
Let's be honest here, if these guys can't press a button to lower these chairs to the ground when they want to hit the loo or something, and I can't see any buttons, then these would be incredibly impractical to get in and out of.
しかし、先の戦闘でのあの輝き。
I love the notion that this dude had a word in the ear of the engineer who built this contraption. Hey, how's it going? Oh, hey, yeah, not too bad, yeah. So it's turning out alright, huh? Well, I mean, it's a bit of a weird and impractical design, but yeah, it's coming along alright, I guess. So listen, any chance you could make my seat a good 6 feet higher than everyone else's? I mean, yeah, I could, but I'd have to order a special beam and stuff. Yeah, if you could go ahead and do that. And if anyone asks, that's your chair because you're the boss? Well, you don't have to tell them that. Hey, why aren't you wearing the robes like everyone else? We don't always have to wear them. Wait a second, I know you. You're the cleaner who waved at me the other day. No, I'm not. Yeah, you're...
俺はお前が俺たちより先に乗ったなんて認めてねえからな。
I feel like literally any other design on this character, especially wearing what he is, would be better for his tough guy image.
でもなんだろう。私は安心感みたいなものを感じたな。
What? I like sci-fis, but girls getting dressed via fucking lasers? No, that's not happening. I'm not buying into that one. No, I'm not buying what you're selling.
二桁組のエリート同士、仲がよろしいですこと。なんであいつがリーダーなのよ。
I think you answered that question earlier on yourself, you fucking dum-dum. This kid passed all of his exams.
つまりヒロはあれに乗せられていただけに過ぎないってことですよ。
Assumptions. He's probably right, but still. Assumptions.
チャンスさえあれば俺だって
ヒロ。
Stop!
僕がやるよ。
02
Dude, stop!
どうしたの？
わからない。急に。
So, is it just me or does it feel like these entire sequences are, how do I put this incredibly delicately? Incredibly sexual! After initially failing to operate the machine, our main boy comes up with a devilish plan to make everything better by suggesting a quick snog with the lady. After a snog achieves absolutely no changes whatsoever, and because the girl operating the other Frankfurter learns that the skinny guy is a douche, took her long enough, and is planning on potentially replacing her ass in front of his face, their own mech stops working, leading to a tie. Inside the mech, after piloting it herself briefly, she tells him not to be sorry, but then randomly calls him awful regardless.
暗くて狭い巣の中で固く身を寄せ合いながら。
I gotta be honest, dude, your memory is doing a bad job of demonstrating to us a room either dark or cramped. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It looks incredibly large and very well lit.
考えられるとしたら
特殊検体か。いや、イチゴのやつ模擬戦の後ちょっと変だったからさ。
You guys aren't moving. Hey, animators, you forgot the moving bit!
施設ではそれでどんどんみんな消えていった。
Are you sure that's how the kids disappeared?
S クラスの ID。
I don't know, dude. Maybe you should look at it. I mean, it's very clear to me, and I don't fly Frankfurters and live in a big metal base with IDs and stuff. You should know this shit.
僕らさ、どうせ死んじゃったらなんて呼ばれてたとか関係ないじゃん。
Are you meant to be moving further away or not?
僕ならダーリーも連れ出してあげられる。
I don't know why they're changing the aspect ratio. I don't get it. I don't get it. No. After the team sent out to destroy a football comes across lots of other footballs, management back home realised the situation could be deadly for the goalkeepers and the horny girl. Calm down, YouTube, she literally has a pair of horns on her head. Jumps into action volunteering to rescue them. Management put the kibosh for some unknown reason on main character Chang going, and so the girl with the horns gets ready to depart with another lad instead. What? Why are you doing that? I don't get it! I suppose that would largely depend on the time frame of the assistants arriving now, wouldn't it? You think so, bruh? I mean, you guys said earlier on that you couldn't handle like 3 when they came down the pipe, so logic thus dictates that like 270 of them would be most difficult. Goddamn boy! How the hell did he move from the center of his bed to the end of his bed and hanging out of the cover in such a short period of time? Boy's like a fucking magician or some shit. Oh, and also...
わかった。だったらもう止めない。
Stop!
それを承知で乗ろうとしてるんだよ、ヒロは。
We are skirting around the dangerous edges of breaking up my multiplication of the dragon right now. A power so vile, a power so dangerous, a power that should be locked away. We're getting very close. That's all I can say.
そうしてればもしかしたら俺たちだって。
行くのもだよ。
After the girl whose name I forgot gets inappropriately touched on the shoulder, the plantation does something and stuff, and the main boy, whose name I also forgot, decides to take a soak when the mangaka flips the script on us and has a woman barge in on him for a sneak peek. After this, a worm is attracted to the base, no pun intended, and the whole crew teams up in their sexy type devices to tackle it head on.
スーツに着替えたところでストレリチアは出さないわよ。
Fuck me, man. Don't these bastards get bored of the whole he's not gonna pilot routine? I mean, the first dozen times they mentioned it or something similar, I was like, yeah, okay, dem's the rules and shit. But now I'm like, it's getting tedious to keep hearing it. Oh, you think you're going? No, you're not. 02. Fucking one more! My god, that scene ended rather randomly and abruptly, didn't it? No longing stare into each other's eyes as the doors close in slow motion as their fates seem ripped apart for good. Nope, she walks out through the door, the screen ratio returns to normal, and get the hell back on with your lives! You know, at the start, I didn't really think much about the fly comment he throws around a lot, but now I'm kind of like, the robots don't fly. I haven't seen any fly, so I'm confused basically. I guess if they fly later on and that's a thing, I'll take it back.
僕に乗りたいんだ。
These soldiers are hot on their heels, but from the next scene they're nowhere to be found. It's like they went, phew, I've certainly done my quota of running for the day, time to head back home for a cup of joe.
僕、ダーリンと出撃するよ。許可できるわけ。
I'm not so sure that having permission was at the top of her priorities list after assaulting several soldiers and fleeing their custody. I don't think some outstanding paperwork missing a signature was going to change her mind about the whole thing, to be honest.
僕も感じてる。
Nicely played, fair enough, it can fly. Jesus, boy, these three took a real risk standing there and assuming it wouldn't land on them, didn't it? And all in an effort to look cool for the ladies.
大人はキスをするのだろうか。
You know what? They've justified the episode 1 comment about kissing. I still think it's unlikely to have a bunch of teens living together and operating mechs in such compromising positions and have no one try any moves on anyone else. But hey, it's their anime, so one off the top, please!
みんなで力を合わせれば、今はストレリチアだって力になれる。
You can go flip yourself, you flippin' fliphead.
諸君、おぞましい巨竜たちはマグマ燃料を狙い。
What is it with like every single mask being worn by an adult in this anime blocking their vision entirely? From the soldiers escorting the horn girl earlier, to the women operating missions with the dude in the tie, to the adults watching the ceremony in episode 1, and now these guys. They simply love the notion of cutting off their vision for some unknown reason.
必ずや勝利をもたらしてくれるものと信じている。
この感じだと3回殺しの噂も嘘だったみたいね。
Although he's only ridden with her twice, so maybe hold off on that notion till the next ride?
襟折れてたから。まったく相変わらずだらしないんだから。
Yeah, alright, it's not a car, is it? It's a bent collar. You should chill out a little bit. After love interest number 2 is done talking to main character San, the pair go for some breakfast when Frankfurter turns up and feeds him some yellow stuff on bread and plenty of it. After breakfast, the pair take a tour and the Horns girl demands rain and doesn't get it and bounces on a bed, but not the kind you're thinking of. It's then revealed that she'll be lodging with them from now on, and the guy who is a dick is taking medication and is, surprise surprise, still a dick. We then head back to the dorms where the team leader is having a chat with Horny McGee.
だったらルールは守って特別扱いはしないからね。
Yeah, don't go expecting any special treatment like, you know, the team leader making your bed or something for you.
ヒロは誰のものでもないよ。君って偉そう。
Whereas, of course, claiming humans as your property is as easygoing as fuck.
まさか、うちはボディも武器もほぼ同じだよ。チームで戦うなら。
Dude, when you're walking, why does your mouth keep opening every second or so? You look like a fish in a fishbowl eating some grub. You look like a guy who's slightly surprised every couple of seconds. You look like a guy who's chewing gum but isn't actually chewing gum.
確か、コード016だろう。それを始めたのは。
ヒロのこと知ってるんですか？
No, it was clearly an absolutely extraordinary coincidence that he picked a bunch of words from his knowledge base, jumbled them all together, opened his mouth to expel them, and what came out sounded like he knew them.
コードネームではなくあだ名で呼び合う。それには一体何の意味がある？
Well, for one thing, numbers only take you so far. Hey Code 02 is about as efficient as Hey Steve, but when the numbers grow into the thousands, it becomes a pain. Hey Code 1739, as opposed to Hey Bob. Upon returning to the dorms, Glasses comes across our boy whose chest is covered in blue stuff and pleads for him to give up fighting as he risks death. Naturally, he ignores this request and says, nah, I'm good. At a mission briefing, the top dogs act a bit like dicks, but not really, and they then protest 002 taking part because she's mean and everything. And following this, the group go for a nice walk in the woods.
イチゴはどう思う？
ストレリチアは必要だよ。
I don't know why he'd think she'd say anything different when A, she knows the size of the force they're going up against, and B, she doesn't know about main character Dono's seemingly, but unlikely, impending demise.
痛いでしょ？苦しいでしょ？
俺は乗るよ。
That's just a straight up weird reaction, to be honest. Does it hurt insanely badly? Yeah. You want to ride with me? Yeah. What? Why you got some English people on the loudspeakers and then back to Japanese? What's with this multi-language military operation, dudes? Stick to one language or risk confusing your filthy Franks operators. Do they really need so much information for the start of their mission, like what direction the wind is blowing in? The enemy is approaching at a distance of 4,000 meters and closing. The weather outside is 22 degrees Celsius and is overcast with a chance of light showers later on today. There's also a northeasterly wind carrying with it a slight chill, and the wind is moving at around 45 miles per hour. Come on. Lunch today will be spaghetti and meatballs with Chef Maria's famous secret sauce, and I may or may not have heard she's doing some garlic bread on the side for those who beat the robo dinosaurs. Man, I don't need to know all of this. There's also been a sighting this morning.
Right, what's this?
Of that cute little squirrel that climbs the trees at the daycare centre.
Oh, for f***'s sake.
理由か。僕が化け物だからかな。
Ooh, don't forget this moment is meant to have some impact. How do we achieve that impact? Just cut off a small portion of the screen. That'll bring it across nicely.
ダーリンはどうなの？
俺？
No, and your racist tendencies are showing when you ask questions like that. Yeah, one would think it would have been a better start to the battle if they'd just done that at the start though. So I'm curious, are these guys actively pressing a button to transmit to each talk to Frank? Because sometimes they speak and nothing happens, and other times their little face pops up on the screen. Either way, I find the notion highly hilarious that they in essence keep calling each other via FaceTime. Spacing out means nothing though when he's out of fuel and unable to move his unit.
26部隊各機は交代。グーテンベルク級には13部隊で対処する。
At this point in time, I'm really wondering what the hell the adults are actually even doing. Team, this is mission control. Go ahead and take out the gigantic thing and then return to base. Okay. How? Just get it done and come on home. Any tips or hints? Hello, Chinese food! Sorry, our food just arrived here. Gotta go. Why does he need to see an outside camera view of his own unit being operated by the girl whose ass is, literally, right in front of his face? Also, I've got to say they got a ton of camera angles everywhere for all of this, considering we have yet to see a single fucking camera anywhere. You know, 6 episodes in now, and they still haven't told us what the hell these dino robots even actually are. Like, world building can be slow paced sometimes, but this is world building on an almost non-existent scale so far. 6 episodes! Following the great pounding that was received from the still unknown Lego monster, Hero wakes up to find that if he summons just enough Ex Machina juice into his system, he could overcome any odds and in the process becomes A-OK once more. The pair then fully recharged, take on the Rubik's Cube, and as a team destroy it, sending its paintball pellet sauce all over the place and saving the day. Well guys, that marks the end of part 1. Be sure to join me for part 2. Don't forget to hit that like button and let me know what you thought of the anime. Start in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Mitsuru. 俺に見逃せって。
ああ、
誰にも言わないつもりか。
ああ、
イチゴにもか。
あ
お前。
あ、
お前は。
あ、
お前は。
あ、
このままじゃ君が死んでしまう。なんでそんなに。
Thank you to the following patrons: Nathan Burr, Davis Cordero, Vupu, Manuel Meza, Josiah May, Bird Without a Word, Loritz, Jake Lane, Joel Rosenfeld, BZX001, Yona Stahl, Jacob Bryan, Chris Harris, Daniel Musgrave, Matayson, Joshua Benker, Pamela, Master Tank, Gajivi Trash, Brendan Krier, Tyler Byers, Kyle Farmer, Theodore Quackens, Kaj Vorzelman, Jordan Samuels, Scott Harris, Gabby Z, Lullaby Hypno 22, and to all of the other patrons supporting me. Thank you.